Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel where I look into what's going on intuitively in the world, from the political to the personal.
You can book personal readings on my website, rosieinsights.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Those Korean psych investigators. Okay, so today we'll have a special guest from the other side, John Lennon. Okay, so I'm doing this today because JDLR, she has followed me for many years. And in the past, I have been to the strawberry fields in Central Park because for some of the people that were in my group, and so she messaged me in the middle of the week and asked to see if I could get in touch with John Lennon. See, to ask about our situation. And I was telling Karina yesterday it was the date, but I had already recorded a video that had not included John Lennon. So I mailed Jade. And today I was talking to Karina about it. So she said, I think honestly it's a good idea, right, Karina? Like to just look into that. And we did the dowsing rods. And
Hmm.
it's definitely okay. So it's sometimes it's interesting because it's not so, I don't say is it detail oriented or so
Serious
that's right. It's
and
just more
heavy.
like that's right, because then I think I was telling Gwen like I do all the research for the that I post here, the articles. So sometimes it's a little heavy. And I was
Hmm.
even telling her that I was looking at a lot of the Syria prison thing. If you know guys don't know today, I think it started yesterday. There's a lot of videos about prisoners being freed from these horrible prisons, and they're trying to find people in these underground bunkers, and it's just really graphic and terrible. And I think it's an inappropriate, would be inappropriate
Hmm.
to do something with that or about that. So since we're there's so much going on, in a way, there's not that much that is super new today. I just thought it right. It's just
Hmm.
an interesting thing to look into. So here you could see Jade's message. This Sunday is the 8th. On the 8th of the day, John was killed. Devastating day. The pain of losing him never goes away. I thought since we missed his birthday on October 9th, perhaps you could check with him and see if he has some wisdom to share with our in our current situation. I loved it when you took us to Strawberry Fields. I'll never forget. That was so special. Okay, so let's do protection, Karina, and then ask. Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right. I'd like to ask for protection, beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and only the good. And so it is. Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna stop share. Okay, so let's see here, Karina. So
Hmm.
let's see here. Let's start. Yeah, so it's gonna okay, John and I. So JLR wants to talk. Wants to hear from you. He it's like, hello, James. Hmm. What's going on? What's going on? What do you see? How do you see the world? And what's going on in the world right now in the US with Kamala and the election that we believe that she won and she is actually going to be inaugurated. Do you see it? Tell us what's going on. What do you see about that? Okay. So, do you got anything, Karina? Go ahead if you get something.
It's interesting. It's funny. I'm just seeing like this. It's yellow. It's a yellow couch that he's sitting on in this, and it's so yellow because it's in this like black space. And he's got a black top hat on. Didn't he have like little wire rim glasses too? I see those. And he's speaking, like he's just telling the story.
Mm,
And I'm just like listening to this conversation. And he's telling the story of how the election was stolen. I don't know whether he's talking to me or it's like he's talking to a room full of people, but there's no people. But he's telling the story. He's like, oh, yeah, we can see it up here, how it was done, and you people. But it ends to me like I'm listening to this conversation, and you know how I said Imagine was my favorite song?
mhm,
So then it went to Kamala on stage being inaugurated, and he's on stage performing the song Imagine.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
he's giving me a thumbs up.
mm,
Like, you got it right. That's all I get for now.
mm. Okay, so I do get first I see that this is like actually a pretty weird eerie image. So I had never seen this before, but I see the angle like he's looking at the Central Park, and I'm seeing that I don't know where his apartment was located, but I see that it's almost at the corner, like the actual build, on top.
Yes, I think
And
it was.
I think I see it's weird. I see this, and I got goosebumps. Like at the corner view, like it's the view that he used to have. That's right. Oh, I see that he's sitting on this. Is it balconette, like by the window, having his coffee. He's like, I used to sit there every morning.
Mm-hmm.
The people go by. And it was lovely. Whatever he was, and was not, didn't have shoes on, kind of like the outfit of the time, like kind of hippie-ish, and he was watching all the people. Wow, wow, wow. And I'm still here. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, wow, wow, I'm still here. He's saying I'm still watching things from above. So it's not that different. So, and then I see that I see these white doves. He shows me these white doves, like the peace,
Mm-hmm.
and it continues. And then he shows me, because when whenever really pretty much I see people from the other side, they don't speak to me. It's like like they show me
Right.
telepathy, right? So then I see that he's showing me an image of Trump, and then contrasting the image of Kamala, and he shows me like, and then I look, because I love that song, "All You Need Is Love." It's like and he's thinking that, and he's saying, sending the love to her is what you do. The guy, it's like, and then he shows me almost like, like hotels and malls have interested, like, not, the thing that I forgot the name, the revolving door,
Yeah, the revolving door.
kind of like a revolving door. And it's like this guy, he's just like, like he's showing him as if he was acting in a play in Central Park or something. He's just
Mm-hmm.
acting. It's not real. The power is not real. And that's what he said, the whole imagine all the people see like
Yeah,
we
imagine all the
have the
people.
power, right, we have the power to imagine. He doesn't have the power. It's not true. It's an act.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's not powerful. Stop saying that he's powerful. He's not powerful. You're
Mm-hmm.
powerful. Not about me, but talking to you and Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful. Y'all are powerful. So use the love, send the love to her, because she's reflecting the love that you give her and that she
Mm-hmm.
has in her heart. So in other words, that kind of saying that yes, yes, it's true, but that the lesson here is the guy is an actor. He's
Mm-hmm.
acting like he's powerful. He is not powerful. You are powerful, and that's the lesson of this time.
Right.
And that in a way, humans choose in this democratic process to give some sort of power, political power, to those people, but they don't have the God. But those people pretend to be gods. They don't have the power of gods. No, they pretend. there, that's why it's saying, yes, Rosie, the pantomime president. Look at you, Rosie, look at him. Pantomime president. Like that's so
Yeah.
that's it. Like he's like so so that's right. And then you have the real, it's like he's the pantomime. And it's interesting because, oh, you may not know this. So every summer in New York, in the Center of Art, there's something called Shakespeare in the Park. So
Yes.
it's a play that you can get tickets for. And so he's showing the play, like people performing the Shakespeare in the Park, so that Trump is there performing. It's like he's not a great actor, Rose. He's not a great actor. And then saying that he's like, go Rosie, go show him. He's like, but
Yeah.
you could perform, like you could be like doing some sort of like stand, whatever, like something like that. But he's just showing it's just like he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not powerful. It's a game. And it's
Mm-hmm.
but he shows me Kamala in a very different way, that she has this vibe, this energy, that she is the truth, meaning she
Mm-hmm.
was chosen, she knows it, everybody knows it, and they're
Exactly.
pretending it's a play. Okay, so now
Mm-hmm.
John, I understand. Thank you for supporting here, support. But really, what do you see? Because I people watch the videos. They may watch it. I think we're going to publish it. Yes. They're like, oh, go ahead, Chris. Yeah, right. We're right. Right.
Yes.
And he's like, and then so this is what I like to know. This was going because people are going to ask me. Some of them are, kind of scared. How is this going to happen? What do you see happening? Okay, pantomime president. Like, what's going to happen to him? Is he what? How is she gonna get in? Because he's basically, and it shows me it's just like a person. Imagine it's saying a person who there's a job available,
Mm-hmm.
who just shows up. No, you hired me. No, like no, that's not. Oh
That's not
no,
true.
yeah, you hired me. No, no, you don't understand. No, there was another candidate. No, here's the message, and it's like it's the candidate faked an offer letter and said, no, no, you hired me. Here it is. Oh, hi,
Mm-hmm.
nice to meet you. And then VP. So it's the same. The guy stole the job. It's not his job.
Right.
So this is the situation. They're awkward. And
Yeah.
come on, oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
So it's just that there was somebody who took over the job before, knowingly he stole the job. So
Mm-hmm.
so now, so tell us tell me, John, what's gonna happen. Show me the scenario. Show me the scene. So okay. Okay, wow, it's so interesting because then he shows me the stage of this Shakespeare in the Park. And then he shows me the scene. So Trump is like the guy, oh, I'm the pantomime president. I'm here to tell you that it's my reign and I won this election. I am here to tell you that. So then and then the next scene is like Kamala is like, ha ha ha, and he exits the stage. And the next scene is Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, coming with a almost like a Roman armor. And she's saying, and she comes in with a huge, like the background is like a white, white sheets when you do these like presentations, like an open drawing. And she said, and it's like she's saying, here's the receipts. I have
Yes.
all the receipts. He lied. He was lying. Did you believe him? But here are all the votes, and all the receipts. He was lying. And then I see she points to something that looks like, it's funny you talk about a drone, but it's like a satellite. And
Mm-hmm.
remote control. There he was,
Mm-hmm.
remote controlling the satellite. Oh, and then I see a guy that comes out of onto the stage comes a man that looks like, the Michelin man, the tire
Yeah.
things like, but it's
Yeah.
Elon. It's like Michelin. I was like, it's my satellite. I
Yeah.
I need it. No, we won, Donald. We won.
I fixed it.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, and then interesting. Then she becomes like a. And then I see that, but of course it's like, no, Rosie, you just tell the story. That's right. Don't worry about how she's going to be big.
Exactly.
So I
That's
see that then she's like pulls out the sword like Shira, I'm not familiar with it. Hey man. And Shira, depends on your age, you would be familiar. So she pulls out a sword and she's like, in the power of Grayskull. In Portuguese it say, pelo poder de Grayskull, eu tenho força. So so anyway, so it's like I don't know how it is in English that because that's why I was growing up. That was a cartoon on television. So so she's like, Shira, so she's like, poderes de Grayskull. Eu tenho força. So then she comes out and she's like, this is and she she zaps him out.
Yeah.
And then they disappear. So she's like, so no, but really, John, no, it's that funny, Rose. It's just going to shops, they're going to just zap him out. She showed the receipt.
Yeah.
And that's it. They have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Oh, and I so then I'm kind of asking, so what about Elon? And then I see that Elon is wearing the Michelin tire,
Yeah.
and then he can't, he rolls, he falls and rolls. Ow, but we have this ally. Oh wow. And then he starts rolling. John, it was lovely, it was hilarious, hilarious. Pens the end to the story of the pantomime president.
Yes.
So okay, but really, okay, I understand that, John. But
Yeah.
what is the reality? How is this really going to happen? Tell me.
You do. I got the
Okay.
same thing you did. Don't worry about the details, girls.
Oh, there's like, okay, let's talk about your boyfriend, Mark.
Yeah. He's good.
Okay, it's going to come out and say,
My,
come on along. Rosie likes you, Mark. So then he comes and it's like, okay, there's a man. My name is NATO. I'm Mark. I'm with NATO. And then he's like, but he looks kind of like dressed like James Bond character. Oh, let's make him like James Bond. Let's come out with the martini, and the olives. Here is Putin. Here is this, and we're going to bo bo bo. And it's like how James Bond.
yes.
So he's like, he goes after Putin. He goes after, he drops things, he cuts the internet, he does this and that, and it's over. They all, oh, that's right, just like, that's right, James Bond, because isn't that true? That's right.
Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
James Bond, the guy, that's right. Didn't he stop with big evil people? That's it. Of course. James Bond took care of the evil people. He took care of bad people. Go with it. With style, of course. So then so so that's it. And he's like, oh, it's like the magic olives. And he boom, pow. And then they got rid of Putin, harmed him, and got rid of the other bad guy. Which one is it? Rosie? Who's the bad guy? Saying the guy from Hungary. Orban.
Open.
And then which was so what else? What happened? So that's it. He's going to zap into the mouth for a day or so. Put him in the airplane. Put the Michelin man in the airplane. Okay, so I was saying because he's sometimes it's fat, sometimes it's thin. It's not Ozempic, it's the drugs, Rosie. It's the drugs.
Yes.
When he takes the drugs, he gets thin, but then he eats a lot. And then so I changed the different English accents to get fat. So his bait floaty, big, bit bigger, and that day he rose, he's bigger. So, so
Where you just put me in one of our favorite shows, Absolutely Fabulous.
oh my God, I'm Eddie, Eddie. Okay.
It's cute. That's
Eddie. So,
oh my god, that was awesome.
so anyway,
I felt like I had a martini in my hand.
right, so then that's it. And then Mark is not, Kamala is taken. Somebody, maybe meet him, Rosie. Oh, and then he's saying, because by the way, I was talking to Karina about, I was feeling I was like, oh, am I exaggerating? I felt by the whole prediction of Holland and the bomb. I was like, oh, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm misleading? It's like, no, no, no. And he's like, so John is saying, no, Rosie, you get to go down there to meet with those people. That's your mate. You want to meet with those big people over there? Maybe you get to meet them. So it's cute, because I was like, sometimes I wonder if intelligence people watching.
Yeah,
He's like, no,
remember we talked
you're
about
doing all right,
earlier.
you're doing all right, Rose, you're doing all right, doing all right. And then I see that, it's interesting. He shows me the swinging London. Rosie, you would have loved it. You had to be about a third of your body weight to be swinging London, but otherwise you fit in well. So no, because really it was about no, Twiggy, right? Twiggy was
Yeah, yeah. That was the thing.
Don't take it negatively. Don't take nothing like that. Nothing like. So anyway, so but that was fun. I was not expecting it. So is that it? Is that anything else, John? So okay, so as soon as so don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Yeah,
Pence.
don't worry about it.
Should be all right. It'll be all right, girl. Be all right. Okay, and then he's so showing with his. It's hard to explain, but I just get this. I'm giving the image, and it's interesting. And now that I think about it, the whole thing with visions, because I see an image, I have to describe the image. But that's
Yeah.
kind of like how things are communicated to me. It's kind of more like quote unquote telepathy. It's not like someone's like
Hmm.
blah, blah, blah. There was a thing and he turned left. No, it's like so he shows me this image
Hmm.
of that's right. Wait, what was it? Okay, some of the image of Trump kind of being collapsing and not being real. He keeps showing me this image of that it's just
Hmm.
flimsy and fake, and you
Yeah.
cannot don't pay attention to it. And then he's saying the media, what mean when you look at the media or Twitter, why are you on Twitter? Why are you still on Twitter? You spend way too much time there. Where is he? Don't give money to that man. Anyway, so he's like, he's showing me this. It's like, but that's just fake. People are yelling at you. The pantomime president is real. The pantomime
Yeah,
president. So do you believe that? He's just a pantomime president. Don't pay attention. Don't talk about it all that much pretending.
exactly.
Okay, so but then okay, so seriously, but people that a lot of people don't like are under the spell.
Yes, that's it.
The spell. Oh, and then he's showing, is that Truman Show? You know how I think it was Truman Show? It was the TV show, it was like a television, the person living in a television world. You know, I think it was
Yes, I
Jim
think that
Carrey.
was it. I think that was
I did not watch the movie. It's like that. Everybody's living the television world.
it.
It's not real. He's saying that people will snap out of it when they realize that's a good thing. They will once they realize it's not just that they'll be able to be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Hmm.
People
Yeah.
and then people like wake up that they it's a scam. He was scammed basically.
Hmm. Hmm.
He
Hmm.
telling you the pantomime president was real. He was never real. He was
No.
not the whole time. How him and the Michelin Man. So
Yep.
interesting.
That's why there's no energy behind him. And
Oh,
it's funny because he's sitting, I can still see him sitting on that yellow couch, but now he threw his leg over to the side
mm,
of the arm, and it's like he's leaning back, going, "You got it. You got it. Got it. You got it."
mm,
Yeah. And don't worry about the details because, I get to like he's standing there and it's like I see the whole band and,
mm,
everything behind him, all this power. And that's what he's saying. You guys have this power and we're behind you. So use the power of yourselves
mm,
to make this happen. We
mm,
can do this.
mm. So,
And it is going to happen. It's, that's what they're on the other side helping us do.
okay. So, all right. So, okay. So that's it. So, John, do you have what do we do until that happens? What did
How do we be patient and calm?
yellow submarine yells? No, it's
Imagine.
okay. Okay. Oh, say, oh no, it wasn't just a song, Rosie. You got the song in your head because submarines are going to play a role in all of this. Remember, you were talking about it. That's true. I remember there was submarine. There was a submarine
That's
situation.
right.
So there'd be some yellow submarines, maybe not quite yellow, but on the gray side, maybe.
Ooh,
So
maybe that's why he was on a yellow couch.
oh, interesting. That's right. So then, okay, so then, okay, just send all you need is love. Send energy to the real people. It's saying, oh, so I had a question. I didn't verbalize it, but he picked it up because as I was saying, John, there was this horrible images of the prisoners in Syria. So how do we, what do we do here? What is the correct thing to do
Mm,
about this or for them or something?
I get it. I get an answer.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
As
ahead.
hard as it is,
Mm,
we have to see it.
mhm, mhm,
We don't have to look at the details because I personally cannot. It will destroy me.
mhm,
I can hear a few details like you and I talked about earlier, but I
mhm,
can't see the images. There's just no way.
mhm,
But it is our responsibility, he's saying, to look at it in a way that, this is strange. He's saying it has to horrify us, because if we're not horrified by something like that, we won't make changes. So it is there for all of us to see. And it isn't a coincidence that this is happening now. And that's why we're seeing it, because it is horrific. But everything that's happening right now is kind of horrific. So we have to open our eyes to what is going on in the world. So it is for us to see.
So that's right. It's saying the things. Okay, he's wow, and I'm getting goosebumps. He's explaining something. You know how I'm getting this, that he's showing me the stuff that other people, other channels, other people have said about a lot of stuff's gonna come out, and I'm getting the voice of the cosmic owl,
Yeah.
Louise, and because she's a British accent, right?
Yes.
So then Louise is talking about how a lot of stuff's gonna come out, and so to think about, it's like a lot of come out and saying this is the, he's like, but Rosie, think about it, this is the deepest, darkest stuff. You would
Mm-hmm.
think he was made some lesser, oh, here's the money that he got from another country. No, it's the people living like they're dead already. It's hell enough. That's what
Yes.
it is. And he's saying this is the darkest stuff, if you think about it truly, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all the abuse, and you saw the little child in the prison, the guards raped his women and they got,
Exactly. Exactly.
and the man who can't even speak anymore, because I saw this video, I can't, it's just like they didn't speak anymore. They were just like as if, it's a long story. I just watched for like not even a minute, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, because they
They
had
had to,
no
yeah.
life. They were in, I don't think solitary or not, but they were like almost not even human anymore. They
Right.
were completely dehumanized. That's right, but they're alive. And he's saying this is the deepest, the darkest. And we
Mm-hmm.
have to see it.
We have to see
Yeah,
it.
and saying once it's seen, there is a power of the light. The light
Mm-hmm.
coming to the sun. People are looking at it. They can't look away. You
No.
can't say it doesn't exist, because, and I watched the videos, it was 100% real. You can't
Mm-hmm.
pretend that it's real. You saw it. Okay, so
Right.
then now you can't, so this the way it will change a lot of things. It will change a lot. It's saying all over the world.
Yeah.
So it has to be seen. So that's why.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
have to
saying
see
that
it.
this is, and she shows me that is the bottom of the sea coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That is the deepest. Oh, and it's interesting. He's also connecting to the cables. The sea cables also come from the deep down in the sea.
See.
So it's saying the deep, oh, sometimes it's literal. He's saying sometimes
Mm-hmm.
the deepest, the darkest, and the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the prison, the underground. That's right. The underground, because those are the underground people in the underground of the prison, the
Mm-hmm.
underground, kind of under the sea. So those things are, these types of things are coming up.
They have to.
And
They
he's
have
saying
to.
information about the cable cutting could be coming out too. He is saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's saying from here. So thank you, John.
Yes. Thank you,
That's
John.
super.
Interesting. So interesting. And it is. It's for all of us to see, as horrific as it is. It has to come out, because just think how it is in your own personal life. Do you make drastic changes
Mm-hmm.
on a whim? Most people don't. When it's something so severe, like a drastic change, usually is made when you are on your knees,
Mm-hmm. That's right.
surrendering to whoever you surrender to, because you don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when changes, massive changes, are made. So that's why these things are so horrific for everybody to see, because we have to come to a point in humanity where we make these changes and start caring about each other again. You cannot, I can't even look at the picture. I can see it in my mind's eye. I don't need to see the actual footage, because I can see it in my mind's eye. And you know what? Those people had their souls sucked out of them. They were mere human bodies
Mm-hmm.
that were just surviving.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
weren't even souls anymore. They've had those. So they're waking up. to sunlight that they haven't seen in how many years for these people.
Mm-hmm.
For them to get their spirit and their soul back is going to be a long battle for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we have to see that, because that is the most horrific thing you can do to a human,
Mm-hmm.
is demoralize them, dehumanize them, take
Mm-hmm.
their spirit, take their soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's just horrific.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, we all need to face that and think about, what if that was, in our own country?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, we can't. We can't do this, people. We have to wake up to this kind of stuff. So, as hard as it is, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we just have to see it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a
So,
tough one, but, that's the way it goes sometimes. And, that's what evil looks like.
okay. All right. Okay. So interesting. Okay. So thanks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this thing is funny. He's going into some sort of airplane. He's like he's like so it's like see you later, say goodbye. Okay. Do
Yes.
you have anything else to say, Karina, or no?
Well, I'm just getting that John came in again, and he said that was really heavy what you just said. So maybe end it with go play one of John's songs and lighten the mood for yourself, people.
Mm-mm,
Because
mm,
that was kind of heavy with the serious stuff.
mm. Okay, so all right, so no, but he shows me. Then I see that he's like the light. We're seeing the light of sending. It's not like, oh, send thoughts and prayers. No, of course not, right?
Mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
there's something about it that it's this is the depth, the breadth of human experience. We have to see things, and this is
Ooh,
how we learn. Okay,
yeah.
so
You
okay,
know what? Can I say one more thing?
yes. Mhm.
You know how I've been kind of seeing this, like lights as cylinders?
Mm,
What he just showed me too is a light from source for everybody going down onto each individual person,
mm,
like absolutely would be in our community. These people are holding the light. So he showed me each person in the cylinder holding the light, but then all of a sudden those people coagulated together into one big light. So
wow.
that's what we need to do. If
Mhm,
we hold our individual light,
mm,
and we grow that together. That's
mm,
what he showed me. So
mm,
let's just do that. You don't
mhm,
have to save the world, but you can save
mm,
space for the light,
mhm.
and that helps tremendously, he's telling me.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. So, okay, so
Yes.
okay, so but something else came up because I was thinking
Right.
about this person. So thank you, John. So
Thank you, John.
but I'm thinking of someone. Okay,
Okay.
so I have to just share because I was wondering about him. So I read this book. I told you guys about this book. It's called Assad or We Burn This Country. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
journalist who was there for until 2015. So I have the audiobook and I was listening to it, and there's he talks about there's several characters, I guess, but real people that he talks about. One of them is somebody who, okay, let me see here. What is okay, well, I is that okay, so okay, well, I have to find his name. So it's because I actually okay, so hold on a second. I just because I wrote about something. Okay, so his name is Mazen Hamada. Okay, so he was an activist and he was severely tortured and like he was in prison for a long time, but he became a refugee
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
Germany or different countries. But then this is the thing that they always stay with me about this book from this book that he at some point, even though he was so traumatized, he was in one of those prisons, he decides to come back knowing that he would be arrested, knowing that, but he was so pained. Like you could tell that the sad thing was like in the book describes, I don't remember the exact details, but the day he was getting called, he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna go back. I need to go back." And people are like, "Don't go back. Don't go back. They're gonna arrest you. They're gonna do the same thing." So he comes back, and of course, he's arrested, and nobody knew where he was. Nobody knew. So then today, Corinna, because and I always thought about it. I was like, well, how could he come back? Oh my God, I can't. Even his face, he looks so tortured. Like his face looks so pained. Like everything his whole appearance looks very painful. So then it comes out in the news today. This is like, but and it said, and this is what it's telling me, that this is his choice. He came to show the world
Oh.
the experiences that people didn't want to see, because so this is what happened. The news came out today that his body was found in that prison that they were um you know all these people were found, like hundreds, thousands of people, I don't know, and that they recognized him and that he was alive until recently. Like I guess they could tell that he was recently, right, deceased. And that basically he was shot by the guards as they knew, as they were escaping, because he knew too much, and he would be able to tell, as he did before, about what they had done in that prison. So they killed him. And so it's a sad story, because they found his body, and this is the guy who has been telling the story all along. And it's sad to, and I got this, that he said that he had come to this life knowing that this would be his path, to show the world cruelty and the darkness of humanity in a way. And it's saying they don't have my words, but they have my body now. I had spoken already, so they know that I've been there. It's just that. But he's okay, and I don't want to romanticize it. I was like, oh, there's like, oh, so there's something you were picked for, like, it's a horrible thing, but it's just saying that I see he's now so elevated.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was a hard mission. That was a hard mission. And he completed his mission. So he's got his little wing, he's got his wings.
So okay, so anyway, so that's that. But it's saying that's right. I get this, and I see that because he's much more. Usually, spirits like that you barely see a shape. It's just light, and I see his. I can get the message like, and this is how it's saying it's okay to end it today like that, because this is the story, right? So
yes, and it's okay to be emotional because you're picking up the complete emotion of it that you've experienced yourself with reading the book and everything. So and contacting him. It was beautiful.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
So then
Okay. Well, I'll end it for Rosie. So
no, he just
you okay?
And it's not that I'm saying like I'm just gonna get the last message. He's saying like that God exists, that the light exists, that even in all the horror, there's still the light. There always is the light.
I mean, Rosie, can you imagine? You know how you and I have talked about miracles before, and there's always like that. You don't know if they really exist. That was a sheer miracle to those people in that prison. They had a miracle.
That's right.
They never were thinking they were ever going to see the light of day. So let's hold on to that miracles can happen. That was a miracle to me that those 150,000 people were found.
But I actually, by the way, it's not even confirmed, but I guess it is. But
Yeah.
still, I'm just saying about this person. So
Yes.
his body was found. So okay.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. So
wow.
Okay. So that's it. Right. But it's just emotional sometimes, the program here. So but
Yeah.
it's a
No.
for you. So okay.
Yes.
All right. So okay, good. It's amazing. So I'm gonna pause the recording. Okay.